Hello everyone, welcome to XALT Ministries. Today we're going to look at the song Dear Younger Me by MercyMe. The song is going to be done in the key of G, but we're actually going to be playing capo 5 and playing D chords to get our high octave G sound. In this tutorial we're going to be looking over a completely new strum pattern for this song. Actually it's more like a reversed strum pattern than what I'm used to doing because of the way the down and up strums are set up. So in order to start with this, we're first got to look at what chords we'll be using. So real quickly, let's get over to the chords, see how they're formed, and then we'll see how they're put together for the verses, bridges, and chorus. Alrighty, so let's look at here. Once the camera focuses, let's look here at chords for Dear Younger Me. We're gonna have a D. Remember, I'm capoing 5th fret, so we're quite a ways down the neck here. So I have my D. My D2 actually is its official name. My G or my G2, my A or my A sus2, my B minor, which is just B minor, and my E minor, which is, I have no clue yet. I just created it. Anyways, let's look at this real quick. So we have your D2. This is how it looks on here. Here, and then here, open. Mute the top 2 strings. So you have a mute, mute, open, 2, 3, open. When I was setting up my capo, I noticed something interesting. My capo I had one of the strings pushed over, and it was muting it with my fingers. I couldn't figure out why. It's like I played this thing several times. Why is this not working? So when you put your capo on, what I do when you have that on there is you're going to release it, push it, and then let it click back down. So that way all your strings are not being pushed around. If you put your capo on, kind of tight. That way all your strings are kind of being relieved. So now that's our D2. We're going to go with the A sus2, which is just taking this finger and putting it on and then only muting the top string. So you have a mute, open, 2, 2, 3, open. And that's your A sus2. Take this finger, move it up a fret, still muting the top, and then that's going to be your B minor. So you're going to have a mute, 2, open, 2, 3, open. That's going to be your B minor. Okay, we're going to switch to the G2, which is, if you know how to play a normal G, okay, G2, you take this finger and you're going to move it up. So we're going to keep this finger on here at all times. It's not going to move, and this string here will always be open. That's going to be your 2 common notes. And this will be your G2, so it's going to be a 3, 2, open, open, 3, open. All right. And then we're going to switch to our E minor, which is kind of a modified E minor. I mean, real E minor is this. But we're going to keep that one finger down there. Okay. And so it's going to be a open, 2, sorry, I'm going to get it right. Open, 2, 2, open, 3, open. That's going to be your E minor. So that's going to be the 4 chords. So you have D2, G2, A sus2, B minor, and E minor, or just called DA. We're not going to give them the sus and the 2s when we do the actual video, showing you how to actually play it. We're just going to call them common names. But anyways, that's the chords that we're going to look for. Now let's see how they're put together, and we'll see how the song goes. Okay, so now that we have our chords together, we have our D, we have our A, our B minor, our G, and our E minor. Okay. So now let's get to this going. Real quickly, I will be talking a lot about half measures and full measures during this tutorial because a lot of the chords, unless you know how the song goes, unless you know how the chords change, it's going to be very hard for you to figure out which ones are half measures, which ones are full measures. So what I want you to do is try a new technique. Go ahead and print off the chord sheet that is attached below. Take a pen, and over your full measures, or actually next to your chords that are full measures, you just put a straight up and down line. And then on the ones that are half measures, put about a 45-degree angle line. This way you'll be able to tell just by looking at the chord if it's a half measure or a full measure. It's kind of a new technique that I've learned just recently, and I'll probably just do a quick tutorial about it and writing it down and how it works. But so because your strum pattern on the screen right now is a full measure strum pattern, so this is why I want you to write down your fulls and your halves, because your strum pattern at points will be divided up between 2 different chords. The strum pattern for this is going to be 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, then 3, 4 and. Okay, and I used to have this last part being 1, 3, no 4 and, but when I was playing it, I realized that I just automatically put the 4 and in. So this is a strum pattern that we're going to be going with. So it's going to sound like this. Alright. Okay, so now that we have the strum pattern now, and this will be left up for the next few minutes or so, let's go ahead and look at our intro. Our intro is going to be D, B minor, A, G. And your D is going to be a full measure. Your B minor and your A are half measures, and your G is a full measure. So your D, B minor to A, G. Okay. So when you do your switch from your B minor to your A, you're going to be right in the middle of a down up down up down strum part. So you have 1, 2, and 3, 4 and then you're going to switch to your A, down, then 3, 4 and then you're switching back to your next chord. So that's where you're going to split it. Now let's get to the song here. First verse. First we got the intro. So you have D, B minor to A, G. Dear younger me. And then you're going to start off on the D. So start off on the D. It's going to go for 2 full measures. Dear younger me, where do I start? And then we're going to go to a B minor. So the same thing as the intro, that full, half, half, full. Same thing on the intro, and then we're going to do B minor half, A half, G full. Alright, so we're going to have, if I could tell, let's see, if I could tell you everything that I have known so far. Okay, so you have half on B minor, half on the A, half, and then a full, on the G. And then you're going to go back and repeat. So you're going to go back to your D. Then you could be one step ahead. All the painful memories still running through my head. Okay. Next part is it's A, B minor, G. Let's see here. Your A and your B minor are still going to be your half, so they flipped them around. So your A, so you're going to, I wonder how much different things would be. So your A is a half, your B minor is a half, and then your G is going to be your full measure. And then it ends on the D, where it says, Dear younger me. Okay, so let's go through this real quick. Let's just go ahead and strum through this. Dear younger me, where do I start? If I could tell you everything that I have learned so far, then you could be one step ahead. With all the painful memories still running through my head, I wonder how much different things would be, dear younger me. Okay, now on the first D, Dear Younger Me, you play that D through, and then your interlude's going to come right off that. So your D is actually going to be 2 full measures because you have the D from your last part of your verse plus the D from the interlude. Your interlude is going to be the exact same thing as your intro. So you're going to have the D full measure, B minor, and your A are going to be half measures, and your G is going to be your full measure. So if we come in, Dear younger me, then the interlude. Dear younger me, and then we're going to continue again. And this is going to switch up just a little bit, but that's okay. We'll go through this step by step. So you start back on your D again, just like how you did on your verse 1. Dear younger me, I cannot decide. Okay, and then we have B minor, A, and G, so you're half, half, and full again. So you're gonna go here. Do I? Okay. I have to come off the D to get to the rhythm for this. So give me a minute here. Dear younger me, I cannot decide. Do I give some speech but I get the most out of your life, or do I go deep and try to change the choices that you'll make, 'cause they're the choices that made me. Alright, if you're following the chord sheet, a lot easier to tell which chords I'm going to, and then you'll be able to figure out your halves and your full measures. Okay, so the next part is going to be the A, B minor, G, and that's going to be repeated twice, and that's going to be the half, half, full. So we have half on the A, half the B minor, full on the G. So now we got, even though I love this crazy, oops, sorry about that. Even though I love this crazy life. Repeat. Sometimes I wish it was a smoother ride. And then you're gonna sorry. And then now you're gonna play your D full measure. Think about this as though you're playing the D from the end and playing your interlude again, because that's pretty much how the chords are set up. Dear younger me. 2 measures of it. Dear younger me. So you have your B minor half, your A half, and then your G a full, and that adds up to 2 full measures. So your D is 2 full measures, and then the B minor, A, G add up to another 2 full measures. So each Dear Younger Me is getting 2 full measures worth of timing and chords. Alright, and now we go to the instrumental. The instrumental is E minor, D, A is it on the sheet. Your E minor and your D are your half measures, your A is going to be your full measure. So we have E minor, D, A. Minor, D, A. And the reason I'm saying it this way is because that'll match what the bridge is going to be. On the sheet is not listed as a bridge, but this is technically the bridge. There's actually 2 bridges, or you can call it a bridge and a coda. How you want to call it, coda, C-O-D-A. I'll just call it bridge 1, bridge 2. So this is going to be bridge 1. And we're going to be starting out, so this is going to be E minor, D, A, and it's going to keep repeating. So first off, we're going to go E minor. So we're going to go, if I knew then what I know now, combination would have had no part. My joy, my pain would have never, my joy, my pain would have never been my worth. If I knew then what I know now, never would have been hard to figure out what I would have changed. So you go, your G is your full measure now, and your A is the full measure coming up here. So what I would have changed if I had heard dear younger me, it's not your fault. Alright, and then your B minor and your G, your B minor and A coming up are going to be your halves, just like usual, and your G is going to be your full measure. And so we got, it's not your fault, you were never meant to carry this beyond the cross, dear younger me. So your D is a full, your B minor and A are both halves again, and your G is a full. And then the next bridge, which actually is listed as bridge on the chord sheet, I'm called bridge 2, is going to be your holy, you are righteous, you are one of the redeemed. This is actually going to be one of your easiest parts to play, because this really is pretty much the last part of this song, is like almost like an ending slash bridge 2. So we're going to start off on the D. You are holy, you are righteous, you are one of the redeemed, set apart with a brand new heart. Oh, you are free indeed. Every mountain, every valley, through each heartache you will see. Every moment brings you closer to who you're meant to be, dear younger me. Alright, so the only part of this entire bridge where you're going to have a half measure is going to be on the second to the last line of your bridge, where it has the A and the G kind of close. Those are half measure chords. Remember, when you're doing chords on a sheet, trust your timing before you trust what the sheet actually shows you the chords go. I try to do my best when I post a chord sheet to put them in as best placement as possible where they're supposed to be. But never trust it. Always trust your timing. So as I said, when you get your strum pattern going in a rhythm, always trust your timing to where your chords are going to go. Because, for instance, this A and the G that's on this list are not in the correct timing on the actual sheet. Because to who you're so we have to who you're meant to be. So your A and your G are like complete opposite sides of that line, not right next to each other. All right, and so who you're meant to be. And if you're one of the chords for this bridge, you are holy, you are righteous, you are one of the redeemed is all in D. So you are holy, you are righteous, you are one of the redeemed. B minor, set apart a brand new heart. O, G, you are free indeed. Back to the D. Every mountain, every valley, through each heartache you will see. Back to the B minor. Every moment brings you closer. And then the A and the G are half measures. to who you're meant to be, dear younger me. Back to the D. And then you're going to do that for 2 measures. And then like we did last time with the Dear Younger Me doing twice, you're going to do the D for 2 measures, and then the B minor and A are half measure, as well as your G is going to be a full measure. So it makes two full measure patterns for each Dear Younger Me. Dear Younger Me. Dear Younger Me. You are holy, you are righteous, you are one of the redeemed, set apart, brand new heart. Apart, a brand new heart. Oh, you are free indeed. You are holy, you are righteous, you are one of the redeemed. Set apart, brand new heart. Oh, you are free indeed. Okay, and I just ended on the D. That's pretty much how to do Dear Younger Me by MercyMe. Strum pattern, everything is up there. If you liked it, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it, and tell me why. Then I can improve. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have more videos coming up. I got about 5 or 6 more songs on my list so far to do. And also follow us on Twitter as well. And also the XALT website starting to get some updates, which I will post here pretty soon. I have completely kind of renovated the navigation. It is now mobile friendly. Thank God I got that part covered. But like I said, thank you very much for watching and have a blessed day.